Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, SENkuinian, SENku Gang, Isaiah SENku. That's my fucking name. What's good, baby? Yeah, so apparently I'm doing reaction videos now. I don't know why. Today I just felt like doing reaction videos. I really honestly just felt like doing reaction videos. So fuck it, here we are, right? Today we're gonna be reacting to. Oh, actually, have you seen my other reaction video that I just did? Check it out if you want to. It's up to you. But today we're gonna be talking about Reddit. So we're probably gonna do a bunch of videos like these. So like this one is called "Which Villain Do You Sympathize For and Why?" Now, let's talk about my own personal. A villain that I personally sympathize for. Let me think. The guy from My Hero Academia. I don't know if you guys watched that, but the guy from My Hero Academia. The gentleman guy. The guy, I forgot his name. I totally forgot his villain name. But he dresses all proper and stuff. I'll put a picture up, but like, I feel bad. I actually feel sad for him, because he didn't really want to be a villain. He wanted to be a good guy. He wanted to be like fucking My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Now that manga is amazing. I love that manga. It's so good. That's the only manga that I really like started reading so far. So like right now, it's really good. It's good. Like, and that guy, the guy I just mentioned, he's interesting because he wanted to be a hero, but he couldn't, because his reputation got ruined like early on, and so it's just kind of like he was like, I guess I just have to do it another way, right? Kind of be like a anti-hero type thing. He was like, and nobody liked him and all this. It was just so sad. I was like, man, that actually sucks. Like, I feel bad for him. So that's only one example. There's so many other ones that I do that I feel sympathy for. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But let's see what Reddit has to say.
Which villain do you sympathize for, and why? Mr. Freeze. Just a guy willing to do whatever it takes to save his wife from dying. It felt so bad in the Batman animated series when Nora Fries is revived and leaves him.
Right?
Spoilers for a 24-year-old movie ahead. The villain from The Rock, General Hummel, was just trying to secure military benefits for his soldiers killed in Black Ops authorized by the US government. This money was supposed to come from a slush fund from illegal weapon sales also perpetrated by the government itself. And his threat against San Francisco was initially a bluff. He was basically trying to look after his men, but became desperate after exhausting the proper channels. Edit. Yeah. How did this blow up? Woke up to 200 notifications. Jeez.
That's crazy.
I mean, before he got the crown, he was a really good guy. The crown messes up anyone who wears it, and only wore it to protect Marceline. Doofenshmirtz mean even his...
Yes. Doofenshmirtz. That's a big one. Dr. Doofenshmirtz, bro. Like, he's probably the main villain that I sympathize for, because he, like, obviously, like you said, his mom missed his own birth. Technically, that's literally impossible, but the fact is, the backstory was there. That's the backstory. His parents literally missed his own birth. How? We don't know. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that this is what happened, okay? And since then, life's just been shit for him, you know? And then he just stumbled into villainy.
Mom missed his birth. He was a bad guy, but he still took care of his daughter as a single dad and would cook and babysit.
Facts.
He was a great dad.
He was a great dad, dude.
Invaders him. I just want him to win so badly because I want every single member of his species, including the tallest, to realize he is somewhat capable, although he is at times his own worst enemy. Also Doofenshmirtz because despite his increasingly tragic backstories, he was an amazing father to Vanessa. Kronk. The man just pulled the wrong lever.
He just pulled the wrong lever, that's all it is. But he's the villain, apparently.
Kronk wasn't a villain. He was a sweet man. Cusco wasn't the good guy either.
That's a good point. Cusco wasn't the good guy either. But he wasn't a villain. But he wasn't the good guy. You know, so, I mean... That's what I like that.
Witch of the West.
Yeah.
Dorothy killed her sister,
Yeah.
stole her shoes and refused to give them back.
Yeah.
Young woman travels to a strange land, kills and robs the first person she meets,
Yeah.
then teams up with 3 strange men to kill again.
Sounds about right.
Frankenstein's monster. The dude
Yeah.
was created by a power-hungry narcissist who chopped up a bunch of dead bodies and sewed them together so he could brag about creating life and elevate himself to god level.
I agree, yeah.
The narcissist rejects him for being ugly and leaves him to fend for himself.
So fucked
To make matters worse, the whole entire town world also rejects him for being ugly, assumes that he's a monster because he looks like one, and physically attacks him.
Yeah.
He eventually takes shelter near an isolated cottage inhabited by a family. He befriends the blind father and does favors for the family. He grows fond of them and feels like he finally has found people willing to accept him. But the rest of the family were afraid of him, and one day, he finds out that they fled their home.
Damn.
Feeling hurt, he sets out to find the narcissist who promises that he'll create a partner for him so he won't be lonely. Then the narcissist changes his mind and destroys all of his research that helped him create the monster. The monster kills everyone in the narcissist's family so he would know how it felt to be alone. Then, he vows to kill himself because he essentially became the monster that he was made out to be. It's such a tragic story about love and abandonment.
So sad.
But everyone gets so wrapped up in the horror aspect of it. I always felt sorry for the monster because at the end of the day, he just wanted a friend to accept him for who he is.
He didn't even ask to be here. He was just there. You know, it's so sad. Like, man. You just, you know, it's how humans aren't asked. We weren't asked. We didn't ask to be born. I mean, unless we did in our spiritual form, but like, we didn't ask to be here, fam.
Holy shit.
Here we are.
Guys, this blew up way more than I thought it would. 3 rewards. Thank you. I've read every comment, and even though we may not all agree on our interpretations, I've loved hearing the different perspectives. I'm glad to see that I'm putting my English degree to good use during this quarantine.
Let's go.
Hades, in the Greek mythology, he pretty much drew the short end of the stick in becoming the lord of the underworld.
Basically did.
Edit.
Like, he wasn't even, like, that wasn't his initial goal, or his initial purpose was to be the lord of the underworld. Zeus just took over the overworld, took over the higher world, and Poseidon was like, I'll take the water. And then somebody had to be the ruler of the underworld, so he was like, fuck. I guess I gotta take over the fucking... I gotta be hell. I gotta be in hell. Great. You know, like...
I had been led to believe that Hades was always supposed to be evil when I was growing up. I'm not a Greek scholar, unfortunately, but I'm glad y'all are helping me see new information.
Reddit is a great place for
wasn't it Poseidon that got bucked over? Hades was lonely because all of his subjects were literally dead. But he was also the god of wealth as minerals decorated the underworld. No one opposed Hades because they were already dead. There's a reason he just vibes in the underworld minding his own business except that one time. My man was rich as duck with no drama living his best life. Poseidon on the other hand has no subjects and rules over a kingdom plagued by monstrous creatures. Even his children turn out monstrous in one way or another. Edit. Read my comment with a grain of salt as there are a lot of interpretations of Greek mythology.
I love
versions of the
I love me some mythology, man. I love mythology. I don't care if it's Greek, Hindu, American, anything. I love mythology in general. It's just so cool to me. I love it. I love it. I love mythology. Man, if I could go to college for that, which I probably could, I would love that. I would do that.
Stories that I read implied Poseidon to be a rather pissed off dude because he got stuck in the ocean. Seeing other people's version is half the fun of talking about mythology.
I agree.
Loki from the first Thor movie.
Yeah.
He's a morally questionable person, but I think he was the better choice for King when Odin was out of action.
Yeah.
No one had any reason to think Thor would turn out to be a decent person all of a sudden.
That's true.
I think that's kind of the punchline when it comes to Thor versus Loki. Thor is the idealized hero king, but Loki is the one actually cut out for politics and management. Azula, in the end,
Yeah.
She was just a kid stuck in the same cycle of abuse as the rest of her family.
Facts.
My own mother thought I was a monster.
Facts.
She was right, of course, but it still hurt.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Doofenshmirtz. He was a hard-working man in a difficult childhood, always being overshadowed by his younger brother and a baking soda volcano.
That goddamn baking soda volcano, man. That shit was crazy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just watch Phineas and Ferb, dude. You have to watch the show, man. I personally grew up with it. Well, not grew up. I was like young teens when I watched it. But yeah, that baking soda volcano, that ruined his life. That ruined his life. It was over. He was like, nope, okay, well, I guess I'll be a villain.
With the boundaries of science that almost seems impossible but is ignored throughout his career as a scientist.
Yep.
As every man does. He seems to have trouble finding a place in the world, so he tries to commit to poetry only for that dream to be snatched away and crushed in front of him.
Yep.
He was a man with a vision, a dream to take control of a small government, to change the lives of many surroundings and many people. But desperate times call for desperate measures as he's forced to take drastic measures to fulfill his dream.
He never filled
He
it
wanted
up.
to be a loving father and give his child the childhood he never had.
And
he was
did
a
that.
visionary at his time that society didn't allow,
Kind of.
which demonizes him to a gross pulsating image of a man that could have brought hope and light to a better future.
I agree.
The guy in Meet the Robinsons, poor ducker, open...
The guy in Meet the Robinsons, the villain, I can't remember that villain. It's been a while since I watched Meet the Robinsons. Fuck, what is his name? What did he do? I totally forgot.
Goob.
Goob.
Skeletor, the true
Skeletor.
heir to the throne and rightful ruler of Eternia, passed up for being mixed race, so he acted out, causing an accident that disfigured and fatally wounded him. He was left for dead by a family with magic powers, having to resort to serving evil and living out the rest of his days as a skeletal shadow of his former self.
Yeah.
Did he get the name Skeletor before or after the accident?
I'm pretty sure.
The boss in
I'm pretty sure it was after. But that'd be funny if you got it before. All right. Yeah. Okay. I guess that's that for that one. Do you like these? Do you want me to continue to do more of these? We can have some discussions down in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Who's your villain that you think is that you actually feel sympathetic for? Like, Doofenshmirtz is a big one. You know, who did I say in the beginning? I forgot. But yeah, Doofenshmirtz, all these people, like, it's interesting. Like, that's how you know, like, people were trying to make a good story. In my opinion, when the villain isn't just a villain to be a villain, it's when the villain actually has a personal backstory that gives them a reason to be this villain. Even though, yeah, like, there's different ways, but it's just because the way their life was set up growing up, they feel like they didn't have much of other choice, right? And it's just like, man, that's sad. It's just how it is, you know? That's why I love anime, because anime is like that. Anime usually, Naruto is a good example. Shout out Naruto. I just realized those were Naruto shirt. But yeah, not Naruto himself, but the show Naruto has a good, it's a good example of villains that really have a really good backstory and are interesting and are just, you know, very intricate with their character and personalities and stuff like that. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video, whatever I decide to do next for my main channel. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see you guys in the next one. I need to make some more thumbnails. Anyway, I said that already. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Let me know other videos I should react to. Not music though. No music. But yeah. I'll see you guys later. Peace.